We are now in the midst of the most intense and focused negotiations for peace since the beginning of this war, for true lasting peace. And we are not talking about a pause or a temporary uncertain solution. This Sunday and Monday in Berlin, we held really intensive talks with President Trump's team and with Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, others, members of the team, and we're working in a great detail on documents that could stop the war and guarantee security. This is very important. And every single detail matters. Why? Because not a single detail must become a reward for Russia's aggression. If the aggressor receives a reward, he starts to believe that war pays off. And that is why justice must be central to ending this war. Please support this approach. Justice must not be pushed to the margins of diplomacy. And there was too little justice for Moldova, it's true, too little. And for Syria, and for many, many other countries, those wars dragged on. And today the problems are so difficult to solve. And we must show through Ukraine that Europe and the United States of America are capable of delivering real results in securing peace. And when the guns stay silent, when the drones stop killing, the law must still speak. Russian root causes should be returned to Russia, and it cannot be that war criminals travel freely across Europe or the world as if they were tourists. It cannot be that those who killed are suddenly treated as respectable partners. That is why sanctions matter, and that is why conventions and mechanisms of international justice exist and must work. Alongside diplomacy, defense support for Ukraine, support for our resilience, I ask you, please continue supporting efforts to ensure legal accountability for the aggressor. So no matter how difficult it may be, and no matter how long it takes Russian war criminals must be held accountable. And the Russian state must be held responsible for the crime of aggression. But one thing has remained the same. It keeps bringing war and hatred. And that's always something they claim must be given up so they can stop killing. Russia has invaded our home. It's destroying our cities, our villages, killing Ukrainians, our children, and at the same time demanding that we give up parts of our land they haven't even managed to conquer. Russia keeps nearly a million strong occupation force on our territory, and yet it demands that Ukraine accept limits on our right to join alliances and on our sovereignty. It's not enough to force Russia into a deal. It's not enough to make it stop killing. We must make Russia accept that there are rules in the world and that it cannot deceive everyone. This is the path to lasting peace. The bloodshed, but to change the situation along Russia's borders so there is no opportunity to start another war. And we understand that criminals don't change in a day. Right now, European leaders have the decision on the table regarding frozen Russian assets. Most of these assets are located in Europe, and these Russian assets can and must be fully used to defend against Russia's own aggression. The aggressor must pay. Russian assaults are always insanely bloody, but Putin does not care. Russians don't count their debt, but they do count every dollar and every euro they lose. That is why a strong decision on Russian money is needed, and these funds must work to defend against Russia, and I urge you to support this.